Chapter 112 to 114. Seeing Hakaishin Belmod's shock and confusion, Angel Margarita nodded in agreement. She was also extremely surprised. Judging from Goten's current state, he had obviously comprehended the perfect Ultra Instinct. For a mortal, even with an angel's help, to comprehend the perfect Ultra Instinct at such a young age was truly unbelievable. The 12 Hakaishin had trained for Ultra Instinct, but except for Beerus of the 7th universe, no Hakaishin could comprehend it. And even Beerus, who was extremely gifted, had only reached the stage of imperfection. This alone was enough to prove that Goten's potential was indeed ridiculously strong, at least far above Hakaishin. This was evident from his ability to defeat Hakaishin of various universes. Are you kidding? It's just a mortal. Not only does he have the power to surpass the gods, but now he has mastered a divine skill that only angels can master. This kind of achievement is the greatest insult to gods. Belmod clenched his fists hard, anger flaring in his eyes. If he could beat this guy, he would destroy this mortal with his own hands. Because of Goten's existence, these gods were humiliated again and again. At this time, after seeing Goten's Ultra Instinct, the gods from other universes were all astonished beyond measure. They had held on to some optimism, but now they had no hope at all. Goten's original strength already surpassed them, and now he showed the perfect Ultra Instinct. This was simply not something mortals in their universes could overcome. Damn it! That brat from the 7th universe? When did he raise the Ultra Instinct state to perfection? Champa of the 6th universe gritted his teeth. The last time he fought Hit, Goten showed Ultra Instinct, but it was imperfect. How could he have comprehended Ultra Instinct to a perfect level in such a short time? Is that guy truly a mortal? Wow! Goten's body is glowing brightly. It's too pretty, don't you think so, Dai Shinken? Zeno asked the Grand Priest excitedly. He didn't care who was the strongest. He cared about transformations and anything flashy. At this time, the Ultra Instinct displayed by Goten perfectly aligned with Zeno's aesthetics. Yes, Zeno-sama, not only is it very beautiful, but it has also become very powerful. Goten really surprises me time and time again. With the identity of a mortal, he has trained the Ultra Instinct to perfection. Even with the help of Whis, it's already pretty amazing. The Grand Priest smiled and nodded. He was quite surprised by Goten's Ultra Instinct. This realm was very difficult to grasp. Even among the gods, what they could master was an imperfect state. Achieving a peaceful state of mind required for Ultra Instinct was beyond ordinary Hakaishin. Goten's previous transformation was irritable and conflicted with Ultra Instinct. That he mastered both was unbelievable and shocking. Most of the gods and angels focused on Jiren and Goten. This battle was the most eye-catching. It's so powerful. Goten of the 7th universe has not only mastered such a powerful transformation, but now he has even learned the perfect Ultra Instinct technique. It seems that among the mortals in the 11 universes, there is no one who can compete with him. The final victory of this game should fall on the 7th universe. Hakaishin Jin of the 12th universe said to the other gods and angels. Fortunately, their high comprehensive mortal level spared them from participating in this competition. Otherwise, their universe would have no confidence in defeating Goten. The gap was immense. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Goten from the 7th universe is ridiculously strong, but in the body of that contestant from the 11th universe, I also sensed great strength. Moreover, the power he unleashed contains divine ki. Maybe that guy can become Goten's opponent. Hakaishin Ivan of the 1st universe expressed a different opinion. After sensing the power of the mortal participants from each universe, aside from those from the 7th universe, the contestant from the 11th universe surprised him the most. The power contained in Jiren's body was ridiculously strong, and it was infused with divine Kai. Ivan-sama is absolutely right, Angel Korn of the 8th universe said to everyone with a smile. Although Goten of the 7th universe is really strong, and being able to comprehend the perfect Ultra Instinct shows that his talent has surpassed the Hakaishin level, the participant from the 11th universe should still be stronger than Goten. In this tournament, it's really uncertain who will win or lose. Let's take a good look at it. This will definitely be a battle that even the gods will look up to. As an angel, Korn could feel the aura released from Jiren's body at this moment. That kind of momentum did not lose to Goten, and it was even stronger than when Goten became a Super Saiyan. So this battle was actually between the 11th universe and the 7th universe. If Jiren from the 11th universe won, then the final victory would belong to the 11th universe. If Goten won, the final victory would belong to the 7th universe. The other universes were just along for the ride. Although the Hakaishin of these universes might hope for a scenario where the crane and the clam fight and the fisherman benefits, that sort of thing would never happen. The power possessed by Goten and Jiren was beyond the imagination of other participants. Even if they ended up tiring each other out, only a fraction of their remaining strength would be enough to defeat all participants from other universes. Oh, is it so? If it really ends like that, it would be a joy. To be honest, I don't like Goten from the 7th universe. Maybe it's because he hit me too hard last time. Hakaishin Liquir of the 8th universe said, raising his lips. It was unclear if he was joking or telling the truth, but being beaten by Goten last time really hurt. Under the attention of all the gods and angels, Goten walked towards Jiren step by step. Jiren's target was obviously only Goten. He knew very well that as long as he defeated Goten from the 7th universe, then there would be no worries in this competition. At the same time, Jiren also walked towards Goten step by step. Wherever they stepped, the hard ground shattered directly. The other universe participants, aware of the immense power these two held, took the initiative to give way, clearing a wide path. Even without reminders from their gods, they could clearly feel the aura in these two individuals. Blocking their way would surely lead to being effortlessly sent out of the arena. That guy is so strong. Just looking at him makes me feel a lot of pressure. There is no doubt that this guy's strength is absolutely outrageous. I wonder if Goten can beat him, Gohan said in an extremely solemn tone. He was now not weaker than his father and Vegeta, but from the alien-like guy on the opposite side, he felt an extremely powerful and oppressive aura. It's really hard to say now. Although I have always been very confident in Goten, that guy is really too strong. My intuition tells me that even if I transform into Super Saiyan Ivu, I will be eliminated by him in an instant, Trunks added in an equally solemn tone. This was definitely the most powerful opponent he had ever met. Even Beerus didn't evoke this level of oppression. Come on, Goten. Be sure to beat that guy, Krillin prayed silently. He had always believed in Goten, but this time the opponent was really too strong. More importantly, if they lost this time, the entire universe would be destroyed. They simply couldn't afford to lose this battle. Finally, under everyone's gaze, Goten and Jiren were only 2 meters apart. Boom! Boom! The moment the two looked at each other, an invisible, powerful force began to spread rapidly in all directions around them. Okay. What a terrifying power. Those two guys haven't started fighting yet, and the powerful aura has already made the whole arena tremble violently. Are these two bastards really mortal? Caulifla, who was originally proud and confident, turned solemn after looking at Goten and Jiren. Before they even made a move, the entire arena trembled violently. This was definitely something she couldn't do. The strength of those two guys is so exaggerated that it's hard to imagine. It looks like we can't win this time, Hit said calmly, looking at the two of them. It seemed that the ending would be as he imagined. No matter what tricks he had comprehended or what level he had reached, the outcome of this battle would not depend on these changes. Even though the appearance of the guy from the 11th universe added some variables to this tournament, these variables would not affect the fate of other universes being wiped out. Too strong! The arena is shaking more and more violently, and they haven't even started to fight, and we cannot even feel their burst of Kai. Is that guy from the 11th universe really mortal? It's unimaginable, Gohan exclaimed. The faces of Gohan and Trunks became more and more gloomy as they felt the violent vibration of the ring. This kind of power was like an abyss to them. Just looking at Jiren gave them a sense of fear and cowardice. As for the weaker participants, when they looked at Goten and Jiren, they felt that these two were like ancient gods of war. It seemed to them that all the mortals in the entire arena had disappeared, leaving only Goten and Jiren in the entire Null realm. This battle seemed to belong solely to them. Oh, it seems that it's not just the entire arena that is shaking. Under their aura, the entire Null realm is beginning to shake. It's true that I didn't expect that the power among mortals could shake the entire Null realm, the Grand Priest said with great interest. This kind of battle had obviously surpassed the Hakaishin level. This was a battle that all gods had to look up to. It seemed that these universes were truly talented. It's amazing. This game is really very interesting. Dai Shinkan, who do you think will win the competition? Zeno held his small fists up, looked at the Grand Priest with great excitement, and asked. As for fighting, the Grand Priest knew better than him. Zeno-sama, judging from the current situation, I think Jiren from the 11th universe has a better chance of winning. Although the strength of the 7th universe Goten is ridiculously strong, even if he performed the previous transformation, his realm is still not as good as the current Jiren. If he can't break through to a higher level, or if he can't get more powerful, he won't be able to win this tournament. The Grand Priest turned his head and said respectfully to Zeno. His assessment had some basis. The current Jiren was much stronger than the Goten who fought in the Zeno Temple a few days ago. At that time, Goten seemed to have displayed his full power level. If his strength remained the same, or if he couldn't obtain more power, then the result of this battle was already obvious. Originally, everyone thought that the 7th universe would win this battle. Now it seemed that Jiren had become the biggest variable. On the other side, Goten faced Jiren. Jiren, the strongest fighter in the 11th universe, you have really been famous for a long time. It's just that I didn't expect such a proud fighter to choose to participate in the competition with underhanded tactics like fusion, Goten said with a confident smile. Whatever you say, this taunting method is useless to me. My purpose is very clear, to defeat all of you and get the Super Dragon Balls, Jiren replied calmly. He had more confidence than Goten, feeling that the result of this battle was already determined, with him standing victorious. However, although calm on the surface, Jiren was very surprised in his heart. Belmod-sama was right all along. Goten of the 7th universe is indeed ridiculously strong. If I didn't fuse with another version of myself from another timeline, I would have no chance of winning this battle. But now, the power after the fusion was like a spring constantly growing. It was a power he had never felt before. In his last battle with Angel Margarita, he was not weak at all. Therefore, he believed he would win this battle. Although it was contrary to the justice he had always adhered to, and was neither glorious nor fair, he must do so to revive his master and find out who destroyed his entire family. What an unpleasant conversation. In the past, you were a fighter I admired, but now I am very disappointed in you. So next, I will beat you unceremoniously. The smile on Goten's face began to shrink. After clenching his fist slightly, the silver aura around his body shook. Jiren remained unmoved. He would never let his emotions fluctuate because of a sentence or two. That was an emotion that only weak people showed. TN. Thanks guys for helping in improving the grammar and minor mistakes in the reading. Taoist translator, reading is Tao. You can be lax on the grammar issues now. I am using Copilot to help me with this. So I will assume that Copilot's GPT-4 grammar is better than mine. But if some sentences don't make sense, or the Chinese is too strong in them and the readers think it affects the reading flow, don't hesitate to ping me in the comments and let me know to fix it. Otherwise, skim over the minor mistakes. Also, keep a lookout on onomatopoeia words, sounds. If it's not on a new line, or not highlighted, let me know. It is undeniable that you are stronger than I imagined. It's even more exaggerated than in Belmod-sama's description. If there was no fusion, I know that I am not your opponent. But now you want to beat me? Don't be hopeful. That's something you can't do. Jiren's tone was still extremely flat. If he hadn't done the fusion, he knew that he would never be the opponent of Goten in front of him. This was enough to surprise him. In this world, there were still such powerful mortals. But today, he must win this tournament no matter what. He must get the Super Dragon Balls. No one could stop him from winning this tournament. Yeah, then try it. At the same time, Goten's voice fell. His body disappeared in a flash, and he punched Jiren hard. Seeing Goten's attack, Jiren didn't choose to dodge at all. Boom! In the next second, Goten's fist landed heavily on Jiren's face, and the terrifying force also distorted half of Jiren's face. His body leaned back slightly, but his feet didn't move. In other words, he suffered a heavy blow from Goten without even moving his body. What? What? Is that guy kidding me? Goten hit him with a heavy blow and he didn't even move his feet. Beerus's face changed instantly. Even a Hakaishin would be seriously injured with this punch. His expression became more solemn. Although he could feel that Jiren from the 11th universe was really too strong, he didn't expect that with the strength of his body, he could forcibly hold Goten's punch and not even back down. If he were replaced by a Hakaishin, this punch would be enough to cause serious injuries. Was this guy so scary? Hey! It is indeed a bit very powerful. It seems that the combined Jiren from the 11th universe already has strength comparable to an angel. If Goten wants to win this battle, he must break through his own limit and have stronger power than he has now, Whis said in surprise. Although Goten's potential was indeed very strong, breaking through in this situation was improbable. Jiren from the 11th universe was much stronger than Goten, making it difficult for Goten to defeat him. Goten, please do your best. Shin and Kibito clenched their fists tightly, cheering Goten in their hearts. Since Goten defeated Janemba and Majin Buu last time, in their minds he was already invincible. Today they felt that Goten would definitely be able to defeat the warrior from the 11th universe. Hey, stupid Beerus. See the difference between our two universes? No matter how powerful Goten of your universe is, he can never be a match for Jiren. The final winner of this game is our 11th universe. Your 7th universe will be the first to be eliminated, Belmod mocked triumphantly, his face filled with anticipation. Stop farting, Belmod. Do you think Goten from our universe will lose to that big-eyed monster from your universe? Your jokes are more commendable than your fighting skills. Beerus snorted coldly, responding angrily. Even though Whis had expressed doubts, Beerus believed Goten would never lose so easily. This was his intuition as Hakaishin and his confidence in Goten. After seeing the fused warrior from the 11th universe, Goten didn't show any panic. In other words, he would definitely be able to defeat the combined warrior of the 11th universe. Oh, looks like you have run out of things to say. Whatever you say, Belmod responded with a relaxed expression, turning away from Beerus. He could imagine Beerus gnashing his teeth. Jiren, after taking a punch from Goten, apparently suffered no harm. After gently wiping his cheek, the bruise on his face disappeared instantly. He looked at Goten indifferently and said, "Is your strength only at this level?" The moment the voice fell, he punched Goten directly in the stomach. Reciprocity must be shown. He knew such an attack would be easy for Goten to dodge, but he didn't want to solve the battle instantly. Goten was a rare good opponent. Heh! Goten curled his lips and didn't dodge. He could sense that Jiren wasn't attacking with all his might. It seemed Jiren still looked down on him too much. Boom! In the next second, Jiren's fist hit Goten's stomach heavily. A powerful wave of air swept across the audience, directly eliminating some weak participants under this powerful shockwave. Who? The attacks of these two are too heavy. It's surprising that just relying on the shockwave generated by one punch directly eliminated so many participants, the Grand Priest said, quite surprised. It was hard for those other universe participants. With just one blow, just the shockwave, dozens of participants were directly eliminated. The faces of the other universe gods darkened instantly. This shockwave alone eliminated 4 or 5 participants from each of their universes. If these two guys fought seriously, a random shockwave could eliminate their entire universe. Even the entire arena could be destroyed. The Grand Priest started announcing the eliminated participants one by one. At this time, the contestants who eliminated the most universes were from the 9th universe and the 10th universe. At this moment in the ring, there were only 2 participants left from each of their universes. If another accident happened, the 2 universes would be completely wiped out by Zeno. Although their hearts were in their throats at this time, they couldn't do anything. Even if they were allowed to destroy the metaphysical field, the final result would not change. The fight was still going on. Most of the contestants in the arena had already started to tremble because they couldn't guarantee when they would be pushed out by a powerful force. On the other side, Jiren's fist also hit Goten's lower abdomen heavily. However, it also did not have much of an effect. Goten's body didn't take a step back either. It looks like your strength is nothing more than that, and your attack is so weak, Goten sneered, a confident smile on the corner of his mouth. Jiren, that Goten guy is definitely not easy to deal with. Don't give him too much time to grow. Get rid of him as quickly as possible, otherwise there may be another accident. Belmod communicated with Jiren using the sound transmission technique. A mortal who had lived for less than 50 years could possess such powerful power. Maybe this guy had the potential to break through at any moment. If the fight continued like this, Jiren was likely to capsize in the gutter. This was something their entire 11th universe was unwilling to see. Understood, Belmod-sama, Jiren responded silently. He had already felt it. Next, it was really necessary to fight hard. If this were just an ordinary match, he would have had a fair and just fight with Goten. But it was a pity. He must win the final victory in this match. Jiren then said to Goten, "Don't think I didn't see it. You just increased the strength of your body at the moment you were attacked. But even so, it's enough to surprise me that you were able to receive my punch just now. Next, I won't show mercy." Jiren's face remained calm, without any waves. This Goten was indeed very strong. It seemed that the battle must be resolved as soon as possible. Otherwise, accidents might happen at any time. As for accidents, this was something he would never allow and cannot tolerate. "Ah, then come. I will also use all my strength to fight," Goten said with a very serious face. Next was the real battle. After the voice fell, Goten exited Ultra Instinct mode. He knew that with Ultra Instinct, there was no way he could defeat Jiren. Afterwards, the aura around Goten's body began to dissipate little by little. At this time, everyone saw that Goten had withdrawn from Ultra Instinct state. They guessed that he was going to undergo the previous transformation. Although Ultra Instinct was enough to shock them, in terms of strength, it seemed that it was indeed not as good as the previous transformation. Fighting such a powerful Jiren in front of him, it was obvious that only by transforming could he exert the most powerful force. TN. I don't know why his LSSJ2 form is stronger than his PUI form. Let's see what he cooks. Yeah! Goten seems to be transforming again? I'm really looking forward to it. My favorite thing is to see Goten transform. Zeno exclaimed excitedly after seeing Goten quit the Ultra Instinct mode. It looks like he is, the Grand Priest nodded. But he didn't hold out much hope for Goten. Although Goten's strength was very strong, even if he completed the strongest transformation, it was impossible to beat Jiren from the 11th universe. Under everyone's attention, Goten clenched his fists. Ha! The deep roar was released from his throat instantly. Accompanied by terrifying roars and powerful airwaves, the entire Null Realm began to tremble crazily again. A wave of air continued to spread in all directions. Those other universe participants who were relatively close were directly blown away by this powerful airwave. What? Are you kidding me? This brat seems to be much stronger than last time. How is this possible? It's just short time that has passed, and there was not enough time. Why has his strength become so powerful again? Could it be that the bastard held back his strength in the previous battle with all Hakaishin? The faces of all gods changed instantly after feeling the power emanating from Goten. Just a day ago, this guy's strength was definitely not this strong. But just over a day later, his strength had undergone earth-shaking changes. A mortal. This speed of ascension was simply rubbing all their Hakaishin on the ground, especially Belmod from the 11th universe. The clown's face became even uglier. Jiren, get rid of Goten as fast as you can. That guy's strength is much stronger than when we fought before. Belmod immediately commanded Jiren using the voice transmission technique. Whoa! That's unexpected, Beerus-sama. When he fought the gods before, I clearly felt that Goten had already exerted all his strength. But in just over a day, his strength has improved so much. What the hell is going on here? Whis also looked dazed and shocked. Why did Goten change so much in just one day? Never mind him. Anyway, Goten's improvement in strength is a good thing. I don't want to care about how he improved his strength. Now, as long as he can defeat the fused Jiren from the 11th universe, that's fine, Beerus said excitedly. Yes, Beerus-sama is right, Shin quickly echoed. Swish! And just when everyone was shocked and dazed, Goten's hair instantly turned vibrant green. Golden lightning flashed around his body. At this time, he once again transformed into the form of the legendary Super Saiyan 2. But this time, his strength was obviously much stronger than before. La. Golden lightning flashed constantly around his body. The feeling of that powerful force constantly wandering in the body was really very comfortable. Is this the strength after being boosted by the Super Shenron? Gently clenching his fist, explosive power erupted from his body. It seems that I am indeed much stronger than before, and my strength is increasing every day, much faster than before. Obviously, the reason why his strength could be raised to such a level in such a short period of time was mainly because Super Shenron developed his potential to the extreme, and the bloodline had also been improved to the limit. What a strong force! Is this the real power of this guy? It looks like I have to get rid of him quickly. After feeling the power of Goten, Jiren also narrowed his eyes slightly, whizzing. The next moment, the two rushed towards each other in an extremely tacit understanding. Then they blasted out with a punch. Rumble! The moment the fists collided, a terrifying shockwave spread instantly. The solid surface of the arena was constantly being destroyed, layer by layer swept up. Those participants with mid and low strength had already been eliminated by the powerful shockwave at this time. They no longer had a sense of participation in this battle that even the gods had to look up to. They didn't even have the qualifications to participate with them. Zeno-sama, all the members of a few universes have already been eliminated. The Grand Priest looked at the situation in front of him and then said to Zeno. This ending was also expected. After all, the gap between the other universes and the 7th universe and the 11th universe was really too big. Yeah. Has a universe been eliminated so soon? If this is the case, then we can only follow the rules we set before and they will be erased, Zeno said in a childish tone. Yes, the Grand Priest nodded. Then he opened his mouth and announced, 9th universe, 10th universe. All 10 contestants have been eliminated. Therefore, the 9th universe and 10th universe will be completely erased. After the Grand Priest's voice fell, the faces of everyone from the 9th and 10th universes were filled with horror. Unexpectedly, in just a few minutes of the tournament, their 2 universes were completely eliminated. 9th universe and 10th universe, your strength is really a bit too weak. Since this is the case, then you all disappear. After hearing the Grand Priest's voice, Zeno's voice became emotionless. He raised his right hand high and shook it lightly. A mass of silver-white energy flashed instantly. At this time, a white halo appeared on the bodies of everyone from the 9th universe and the 10th universe, including the universes themselves. Zeno-sama, please forgive us. Please spare us. All the gods and participants began to cry and beg for mercy, but their pleas had no effect. Surrounded by the white halo, everyone in the 2 universes, including the universes themselves, disappeared without a trace. They completely disappeared from existence. Whis. Was the 9th and 10th universe really erased? Beerus asked quickly. Yes, Beerus-sama. The 9th universe and the 10th universe have completely disappeared. Whis nodded seriously. What Zeno said would naturally come true. At this time, the faces of all the Hakaishin and Kaioshin revealed expressions of horror. Unexpectedly, those 2 universes were erased so easily. Then, their ending was probably the same. Boom! 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 At this time in the ring, Goten and Jiren were still fighting fiercely. Every time their fists collided, the arena collapsed and exploded on a large scale. Some participants from other universes were already trembling with fear, hiding in the farthest corners of the arena. But with the entire arena only 1,000 meters long, it was impossible to completely avoid the danger. Boom! 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 At this moment, the bodies of Jiren and Goten had turned into 2 super-powerful light beams, one red and one green, colliding constantly. The battle of other participants continued as well. Goku and Vegeta took the lead in choosing Dispo and Toppo of the 11th universe. Since they wanted to be the first to send the 7th universe out of the ring, everyone in the 7th universe had the same idea. After a fierce battle, Goku still couldn't eliminate Toppo, and it was difficult to even defeat him. The same went for Vegeta. Although Dispo's overall strength was not as good as Vegeta's, his speed was ridiculously fast. Relying on this advantage, he constantly toyed with Vegeta. Bang! Bang! After the 4 clashed fists, they all retreated more than 10 meters. Vegeta, it seems that these guys from the 11th universe are not easy to deal with. If we don't use the form of Super Saiyan God, it is impossible to completely eliminate the 2 of them. It looks like we have to show our real strength, Goku said to Vegeta beside him with a calm face, though there was a hint of excitement in his eyes. He didn't expect other universe participants to be so good. It seemed that this competition was worth participating in. Humph! Are you teaching me how to do things, Kakarot? I'm just having fun with this guy. Do you think I can't deal with a wild rabbit? Vegeta sneered, responding to Goku. Although Dispo's speed was indeed very fast, Vegeta had not shown his full strength. Once he did, eliminating Dispo would be easy. Hey, let's go together! Goku understood Vegeta's intentions. This guy definitely wanted to fight in a higher form. That Vegeta liked to hate him so much. The waste of the 11th universe. Let you take a good look at this prince's power. After Vegeta's extremely proud voice fell, he immediately pointed to the tip of his nose with his thumb. Don't get too carried away, mortals of the 7th universe. I have to admit that your strength is indeed very strong, but it is impossible for you to defeat me, Toppo said coldly. Although the 2 guys from the 7th universe were hiding more powerful power, he hadn't fought with all his strength yet. As long as he did, he could eliminate the 2 7th universe participants in a very short time. Humph, your arrogance really annoys me. If that's the case, then lie obediently at my feet. Vegeta spoke with incomparable confidence. Then he clenched his fists violently, and the powerful divine energy in his body swept out instantly. Ha! Along with the roar, blue ki aura flames shot out around Vegeta's body. Immediately afterwards, his hair and pupils turned blue. Apparently, the two of them had pushed the limits of Super Saiyan God after Whis' special training and achieved the Super Saiyan Blue transformation. This powerful force made Vegeta and Goku more confident. Then, "I'll come too," Goku said with a smile after seeing Vegeta transform into Super Saiyan Blue. In a moment, he also transformed into Super Saiyan Blue. At this time, the strength of the two was obviously equal. What? These two guys really had hidden their strength. Just now, I thought they were just talking big, Dispo said in surprise after watching Goku and Vegeta's hair turn blue. Although his speed was very fast, his strength was obviously not as good as Vegeta's before. He could only hold Vegeta down with his super-fast speed. But now that guy's strength had been upgraded again. The next bout would be much more difficult to handle. "Don't worry about it, Dispo. If it is a last resort, I can only give up justice and fight with my true strength," Toppo said, comforting Dispo. Although he didn't want to do that before becoming a real Hakaishin, once the universe was threatened, he had to do it. Dispo nodded quickly. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta launched an attack immediately. The speed of both of them was ridiculously fast. Almost in the blink of an eye, they arrived in front of Toppo and Dispo, then punched out. Their actions were perfectly synced. After all, they had known each other for decades and trained together for more than 10 years. Such tacit understanding was not surprising at all. Seeing Goku and Vegeta rushing towards them, Toppo and Dispo wanted to dodge, but it was obviously impossible. They quickly raised their arms to block their heads. Bang! Bang! The moment two low-pitched collision sounds echoed, Dispo and Toppo were directly blown away by a punch. Toppo just brushed the ground with his feet and retreated a distance of 4 or 5 feet, while Dispo's body was blown away by Vegeta's punch. This showed the qualitative gap between Dispo and the three of them. Ha! Aha! Aha ha! After gaining the advantage with one punch, Goku and Vegeta followed immediately, launching a storm-like attack. Toppo could barely handle Goku's offense, but Dispo had completely lost the ability to parry. Vegeta's heavy punches kept landing on his face. Bang, bang, bang! In just a few seconds, Vegeta had thrown thousands of punches. Dispo's entire bunny face was bruised and swollen. There were also injuries of varying degrees on his body, and his breath was chaotic. As for Toppo, although there were no obvious injuries, the numbness in his arms made him quite uncomfortable. Huh! Rabbit, get out of the ring now! Vegeta raised the corner of his mouth and said proudly. He stood sideways, his palm aimed at Dispo, and terrifying energy instantly condensed from his palm. Go down! The Kai blast exploded from his palm in an instant, and the solid arena was instantly blasted into a huge sinkhole. Dispo's body was also directly blown out, falling outside the ring and back into the 11th Universe's auditorium. I'm sorry, Belmod-sama, Kai-sama. Those guys from the 7th Universe are too strong, Dispo said with embarrassment and shame. Don't worry too much about it, Dispo. You did a good job just now, and this time, you would not be able to affect the final result of the tournament at all. Now stay here and enjoy Jiren's performance, Belmod said nonchalantly. Although Dispo was a very strong participant in the Pride Troopers, he was the most powerful existence besides Jiren and Toppo in this competition. But since the moment Jiren fused, the other participants had become completely irrelevant. Whether they stayed in the ring or were eliminated, it would not impact the tournament. Yes, Belmod-sama. Dispo knew what Belmod was thinking. He turned his gaze to the arena. He couldn't appreciate the fight between Jiren and Goten because that battle was no longer something he could see clearly. All he could see were one red and one green light, colliding continuously and erupting with astonishing shockwaves. He couldn't tell who had the upper hand at all. Instead, he turned his attention to the battle between Toppo and Goku. The battle between them was more comprehensible. Goku and Toppo seemed to be in a stalemate, their hands clasped together, fighting with all their strength. The hard ground under their feet continued to collapse, and dazzling electric arcs flickered around their bodies. It was not easy to tell the winner. But at this moment, Vegeta's body suddenly appeared behind Toppo. An energy wave condensed instantly. "Heh! Kakarot, since you can't beat this guy, let me help you!" The moment Vegeta sneered, the energy ball in his palm blasted out. Toppo, engaged in a power confrontation with Goku, felt the energy fluctuation and the aura of Vegeta behind him. But he had no way to escape. He could only let the energy ball hit his back. Boom! Rumble! The moment Toppo was hit by the energy ball, his whole body was instantly swallowed by the rolling energy. Even Goku was affected. The two had to give up their confrontation. "Hey, Vegeta, this is my battle. What are you doing here?" Goku said, obviously a little unhappy. After all, it was a one-on-one battle between him and Toppo, and he didn't want Vegeta to help. "Stop being naive, Kakarot. Don't say such stupid things in this kind of tournament." Vegeta cursed at Goku and said in a cold voice, "If you lose to these guys, the entire universe will be destroyed. Even if you don't care about the lives of your family, I care about mine." If it was an ordinary fight, Vegeta would definitely not interfere with the fight between Goku and others. But this tournament mattered. Once lost, both Bulma and Trunks would be killed. He was finally resurrected and reunited with his family. He would never allow this kind of thing. At this moment, Toppo's figure appeared from the billowing smoke. He was in very battered shape. The combat suit on his upper body had been completely destroyed, and his back was scorched black. Vegeta's sneak attack just now caused him a lot of damage. Even the ki in his body was beginning to become disordered. "A bastard who only sneaks up on you from behind, I will never forgive you for acting like a villain. Your kind should be completely eliminated," Toppo said with extremely cold eyes. "Yeah? Looking at how battered you are now, you still want to get rid of me? You can come here and try," Vegeta sneered, waving to Toppo. After the blow just now, Toppo's ki had become disordered, and his strength was not as good as before. So now Vegeta was confident he could easily beat Toppo. Looking at Vegeta's arrogant expression, Toppo's eyes became incomparably calm. "No more." Both Goku and Vegeta were startled. They couldn't understand what Toppo meant. Could it be that he also felt the gap in strength between them and wanted to give up this match? Although it was useless, they had to admit that this was the best choice, because even if he continued to fight, he had no chance of winning. "Justice that can't crush evil, I don't want it," Toppo said again, before Goku and the others figured out what he meant. "I want to completely crush you villains. There is no need for justice that cannot protect its own universe." Then he looked at Goku and Vegeta with unusually cold eyes. "Ha!" At that moment, Toppo suddenly roared. A terrifying divine ki was instantly released from his body. His skin color changed to dark purple. His body was surrounded by purple ki aura flames, and his eyes glowed purple. Strange red symbols appeared between his chest and lower abdomen. Okay, what a powerful divine aura! This guy's aura is very similar to Beerus-sama. Is Toppo also a Hakaishin? Goku and Vegeta were immediately shocked. "You have nowhere to run," Toppo continued coldly. Then his body flashed, and he was in front of Goku and Vegeta in an instant. The speed was so amazing that Goku and Vegeta couldn't react at all.